This is not who you are. Make your choice.
Jarec, this is justice. These lands used to belong to the clans. We are reclaiming what is rightfully ours.
As you say, Father.
Whatever it takes. Bring the prisoners!
Please! We're just farmers!
This man led the human oppressors. He is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of orcs, as are his ancestors. For millions, he must be punished. This human too bears responsibility. And must stand in judgment. Son, what are you doing?
Making a choice.
What's going on, Chad? Are you guys ready today for another podcast? Let's go.
Please.
All this? For what? A single human child?
I do not wish to fight you, Father.
You are no son of mine.
Let go, Father. It is over.
Not for me. Weak.
Just gonna get everything going here in just a minute here, chat. We'll be ready to go.
Darkness rises, and and so must light. Jarec, will you answer the call?
Hey, big shout out to Mr. JR3 for the raid. Thank you very much, sir. As soon as he's on, guys, we'll be ready to go and we'll start this thing off.
This is not who you are. Make your choice.
Jarec, this is justice. These lands used to belong to the clans. We are reclaiming what is rightfully ours.
As you say, Father.
Whatever it takes. Bring the prisoners!
Please, we're just farmers.
This man led the human oppressors. He is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of orcs, as are his ancestors. For millions, he must be punished. This human too bears responsibility. And must stand in judgment. Son, what are you doing?
Making a choice.
Please.
All this? For what? A single human child?
I do not wish to fight you, Father.
You are no son of mine.
Let go, Father. It is over.
Not for me. Weak.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Knights of TELERIA podcast. Thank you all very much for joining us. Thanks for coming around on Sunday, where it's such a beautiful day outside, and hanging out with all of us here talking Raid Shadow Legends. Man, oh man, it's been an interesting week. We have we've got some stuff that Plurium popped out on us last minute, and man, it's kind of exciting. But before we get to that stuff, let's talk about all of my co-hosts for today's episode. I see Mr. Zero Brew there. We're going to introduce him first. He's putting up his hand. What's going on, man?
Yo, I'm worried about this green screen. Like I'm an alien right now. What's going on with my camera? Do you have a setting set weird on your end?
It might be on my end. Let me take a peek at that. But how's your week been?
With that. It's been a great week. I woke up the other morning to a text from you, sir, saying Ninja is possible. And I'm going to say to the Raid Shadow Legends world, you're welcome, because Tuesday night on stream, I was the one talking about it with some newbies saying, God, if they would just give us Ninja, but we literally talked about it. And then when you texted me, I was like, is this a joke? Because I literally was just talking about it. So Plarium was watching Zero Brew on stream, and they said, you know what? He's right. Everybody gets a Ninja. You want a Ninja? You got a Ninja. Let's go.
That's right. That's right. So you guys can all thank Mr. Zero Brew for getting your ninja out there, because for the longest time they said we're not getting him, and it's a done deal. But all right, next up we got my favorite late night streamer that I always check in on when I'm coming back home from work, Mr. MXPJE, who's sporting again, guys, 2 weeks in a row, a t-shirt, not a hoodie. What's going on, man? Is it too hot for you?
Yes. No, just rocking the t-shirt, switching up a little bit, keeping you guys on your toes. You can't expect the sweatshirt every time. But yeah, doing well. Happy to be back. Happy to be talking about Raid, and yeah, we got lots of stuff coming up. Siege starting soon, Ninja coming back, and can't wait to discuss with you guys.
Nice, nice. Next up, we've got the guy who has, I don't know, so much knowledge with gear cleansing that on every Saturday, I beg for a gear cleanse, and for some reason, I keep screwing myself out of it. But we got Mr. JR Star 3. Jay, what's going on, brother?
What's up, BLAZIN? Yeah, what happened yesterday is actually at the end of like 8 hours. So whatchamacallit, my stream actually died, so I didn't get to actually do it. But I came back like in 20 minutes, and I was like, I'm not gonna do the stream. But I'm doing pretty good. Me, man, just been, got Shayak, built him out, did CVC, just been playing the game and just getting ready for all the new stuff like Siege coming out and stuff like that. It's pretty much what I've been doing.
Nice, nice. For anybody who didn't know, Jay actually got a new job now, so he's going to be streaming a lot more. So make sure you guys go check him out there. Next up, we've got the guy with the most insane luck, and I'm hoping he pulled something big this week. No, he's shaking his head no, telling us no, that's not happening. But we have Mr. G Mills, Gestal Gaming. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, BLAZIN? Yeah, no luck this week. Just pulled enough to get the fragments. I actually am going for it on both accounts. I feel like a 5-star on my free-to-play would be pretty solid, but if I can't get 5, 4 is not bad. There's definitely good rewards in there. So just been doing that on both accounts. I had to stay up late last night to finish that champ trainer, man. This isn't that easy. So.
Oh, okay.
Good luck to everyone who's working on it.
And then last but not least, we have the streamer of the year, Mr. FinalKenpachi. Ken, what's going on?
Doing good. Thank you for the having me again. Zero, can I ask you a favor?
Yes, sir. What you got?
Can you talk about Star Sage?
Star Sage? Okay.
Yeah, actually, like, I wasn't expecting they are going to give us Ninja, because I feel like they sign a contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not their hand. I'm thinking, but maybe they re-sign it. I don't know, but it's cool. People getting Ninja now. But I want my 5 energy refill Plarium, or 4. Is that 4? Yeah, because people with the Ninja getting nothing right now, so that's not cool. Not even energy.
That's true, man. Give us our energy.
Oh, man. Yeah, so it's definitely a little interesting with that though, right? With Ninja, we were told for the longest time we're never gonna get him. No, if you missed out on him, you weren't gonna get him. And all of a sudden, we woke up. What was it, Tuesday morning? Like, hey guys, last minute announcement, you're gonna get Ninja, and I was like, wait, what? Holy, what the hell? It's funny enough because like I was waiting for a new champion to come out because it's about the time that we get a new login. So, but bringing in Ninja, I want to talk to you guys. Now, I know Ken's a little bit upset that we did not get anything else for people that already have Ninja. But was this a good move for Plarium? Should they have done this earlier, or should they have not done it at all? Because, you know, he is a unique champion that could unlock so much for you on your account. So, Ken, what do you think, man? Good, bad? Should they have not done it?
They should do that earlier, to be honest. It's been out, I think, 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they give us like kind of wrong information. I believe you can still pull the Ninja Soul, right?
Yes.
Even you don't have him. So people would, without Ninja, probably sell
no,
their.
You can't. You cannot pull a
Really?
soul for a specific champion that was given if you don't have him until you unlock him. So, like Marius, you can't pull his soul until you get Marius. Same thing for
Oh, my
Connor.
bad.
So unless you have them, you cannot pull it.
No, you can't pull them.
Yep. So if you,
I mean, I have 6-star RBs. I pulled her. I mean, I don't have her. You can pull the
right,
champion you don't
but
have.
she's in the champion pool. She's not a limited edition. So like
okay. All right,
Rathalos,
gotcha.
unless you had Rathalos, you can't pull Rathalos in a soul
All
right now.
gotcha. Yeah, they should do that earlier. I believe the reason they are doing that again, they need a new player. You know, Nisha is one of the most famous streamer, content creator of the world. So I guess this is why they are doing, because we discussed that on the couple of weeks ago. Like, Raid need a new player.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I think Scratch was one that said that we're getting the Ninja because I think Ninja might need money himself. So
I watched
kind of
him. I
How could he
watched him
need
do
money?
some sort of poker thing, and I think it was their rare money, and he like lost $150,000 or something.
He's a gambler.
that's
Do we
damn.
know if Ninja is getting, is he doing another sponsorship or anything?
I do not believe so. Not from Raid Shadow Legends. They usually tend not to do multiple same ones. But we are.
So
Hey,
I would
know if he'd be
assume
getting
an-
money.
huh?
We were assuming the NDA ran up.
Right. So I don't even know if he'd be
and-
getting money from this.
It's possible. It could vary. I mean, they didn't really tell us much about anything. They just said, "Hey guys, free Ninja for everybody if you don't have it."
Yeah.
But it is only limited. I think it's going up till, what is it, August 18th? If I'm not
15,
mistaken.
I believe.
15th, yeah. So we basically got a month to get it for you. All right, Gestal, what do you think,
I have
man?
a theory.
Go,
sorry.
okay. You know what? You want to butt in? Let's go with you. Go
I
go
did.
ahead. Go
But-
ahead. Give us your thoughts.
I'm gonna lose my thought now, bro.
Guess what? If you'd like to go first, feel free.
Go.
Go ahead.
All right, no. So I think that it's not really necessarily the new players. I think that they're, because the game, and now they've added siege or whatever. I really think they're just trying to provide catch-up mechanics. And the reason why I say that was this most recent little soul fragment thing. Everybody that wasn't account hunters, so there were some people on the stream that were like 99. They only had 4,000 points they had to get, where anybody with a hunter count had to get 6,300. And I'm like, well, we all still get the same amount of energy, so I get it. You're making it easier for people that don't have in-game accounts to get like this extra soul or whatever, but that just makes it harder for everyone when you have the. So I'm curious if they're like, oh, we can pull this back into the game, and this will give people or newer players a catch-up mechanic to help them get to Sin City, help them get to, Sand Devils, all the, hard dungeons, all these things we've gotten in the last year and a half. That's just my thought.
Okay. I'm seeing a lot of comments here like, Plarium really screws the players that already have Ninja. We should get something else. I agree with you. I think we should.
They should give us Nobel. Champion will empower the Ninja.
That's
That
not a
would
bad
be
idea.
smart.
Yeah.
Although,
people love it.
wait a minute. Wait, I gotta say, Noble is actually surprisingly good, guys. Like, I did a showcase on him I think it was on Suss's account, and with like a 6-star soul, he did some pretty good damage. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried it.
Just overall, overall, like dungeon clears, like we're talking some pretty good damage for hard mode stuff. So not someone to just kind of, you know, run over with and just let go. But yeah, I mean, Ninja does take precedence over him, but I gotta give Noble a little bit of credit. All right, Gestal, what do you think, man?
I've never gotten a noble, by the way, but so I don't have an empowered ninja. So here was my first reaction on ninja. I was a little butthurt. I'm like, I kind of like having those like trophies. Like, oh, I've been playing for 4 years. I got a ninja or whatever. You know, like I kind of like having that trophy. And then I opened my free to play account, and I was thrilled. So, you know, I wasn't mad about it. Like, I think it's good that you know, everybody's gonna get him. He's an insane champ. It's kind of been the running joke, right? So I think it's good they did it. Obviously, yeah, I'm happy they did it. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I was kind of like, yeah, you know, I got ninja. It's an accomplishment, and it's always one of those things now where I'm kind of careful when I do a showcase and don't use ninja, especially with like Lady Mikage, because those two are a powerful pair. Especially in Hydra, like they could do some ridiculous numbers.
With the new blessing.
Yep. And you know, it was kind of one of those things. And then I recently decided that on my main account, things are kind of just getting stale. Like, you know, I do everything full auto, and so I decided that I was gonna, instead of playing my main as much, I'm just gonna do the dailies and then focus on a different account. And then I logged on and I was like, okay, it's time for me to build my Sand Devils team. And I realized that on this account, I did not have ninja. So when that popped up, I was, yes, let's go. So as you guys can see on this account, I do not have ninja. He is coming tonight. Jay, what are your thoughts, man?
I do like a lot of the thoughts that people are saying. I think it's a mix of everything. But the main thing is, I have seen a lot of people stop playing raid, slow down a little bit. You know, Live Arena in the beginning, you know, was slow, but then Armons came out afterwards. Even I have slowed down playing raid. But I will say that since Ninja's coming back, it is a very good move, because I've had at least 5-6 viewers who just came out of nowhere, literally. They're like, "Hey, I'm getting Ninja. I want to play raid again." I'm like, "Okay, I haven't seen you in almost 2-3 years." So it is pretty nice to see that, and it's also nice to see old players who've been playing for 2 years who didn't have Ninja because they literally came right after. They have it now, and they're like, finally, I can do like this or that. So it's actually really good, man. I think it's a really smart move.
Okay. PJ, what are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, so definitely salty that people that have him get nothing. I'm gonna be really upset if this is gonna be their main like or free champion that they give everyone. I hope they do another one soon, because I feel like people that have ninja are getting ripped off. Yeah, I'm really happy that everyone's getting them. I think that Raid has done a good job of giving us champions that are similar to Ninja in the time that like they released him. So it's nice. I mean, they gave us like Artak for free, which is like very similar to Ninja. But yeah, getting another really insane OP boss killer, good for Siege. There was one more thing I was gonna say. Ninja, the Siege. That was pretty much it. Forgot the last thing I was gonna say.
Okay.
But I'm glad that people. Like we just can't trust Telerium either. Like they always say like Ninja's never gonna come back. This is never gonna happen, and then time and time again, like that's just like not true. They always be lying to us, and it's kind of annoying.
Agreed. I think at this point, whatever Plarium says, we kind of just got to think of like, well, you told us for years that he was never coming back, and all of a sudden we've got him. So really now we kind of will be expecting Plarium. You've set the threshold that we will be expecting stuff like this to come back over time. But the nice part about this is, so we get to collect them up till August 15th, and then we're going to be doing, now they haven't defined or told us whether it's going to be, how we're going to get it, but we're going to be getting a perfect soul for Ninja. They haven't said which one we're going to get, whether it's a 4-star or 5-star, but does that actually help you guys, or do you guys already have a 6-star Ninja soul? Ken?
No, like I was only using Ninja on the Phantom Shogun, I believe.
Okay.
Recently, I see the picture, you know, there's some 2 billion picture on the Nightmare difficulty with the Mikage. Ninja is a 5-star blessing. So I'm more interesting about that. But this soul event are not that easy, you know, man. Like I don't know. I want to spend my resources to try to get it. At least they should be give us like free soul for him. I will like, man. People will redeem him.
I agree. The damage that he can do is insane, and I kind of feel so. I'm actually going to rephrase my question here because lately they've done multiple ways for us to get these souls. Right? We have, as you guys can see, the Titan Path event where we'll discuss this in a little bit, but you're working towards getting that 5-star Mithrala soul. They've got the path events for like the Path of Serpent event, right? Where we can come down.
It's gonna be Deck of Fate.
Yep, it could be a Deck of Fate. And then they also did the login the way that they did it for Adlin, where we just basically played the game, did some dailies, did some stuff. Now, I guess the question I want to ask you guys is, which one of these would you prefer, and how high of a blessing should we get? I'm gonna say 6 stars out of the question because that would be too greedy of us. I could see Ken's like, yeah, just a little, just but I guess let me ask, which one would you prefer, and how high of a blessing should we be getting on this? Ken.
I mean, of course, Edelin. Like basically, you basically, if you're doing your dailies, you can get the 5-star Edelin by free, literally. You know, not like this Mithrala. This Mithrala Titan event basically fusion, by the way, guys. You need to open your chart. You need to train your champion. Dungeon Diver event, enhancement event, dungeon event. So. And after this Titan event is over, we are going to get the fusion. So you guys need to prepare for yourself. But yeah, Edelin and the 5-star, bro. Like 6-star, like you said, going to be OP. 5-star will be sick on the Ninja.
Okay. Gestal, what about you?
Well, yeah, I would like the easiest path possible. I almost feel like kind of what you were alluding to earlier. I think if they're giving it to free to everyone who doesn't have it, why don't you hook up everybody who had it? Reward the people who have been playing that long. If they were to do that, there would obviously be like a 3-star or maybe a 4-star. But I think if they do it as a login event, that'd be cool. I'd rather have a new champ as a login event. If this were to like replace that, if it was like in lieu of it, I wouldn't want that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think easiest way possible. I would guess that it's probably going to be some sort of path event or something.
Okay.
Or a champion training event. That's my guess is what it will be.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
Definitely, I would like it to be more of something login and do dailies, kind of like the Chronicler Adlin instead of like this, because this is like what Kenpachi said. Basically, another fusion. You're just dumping a lot of stuff. I have to pull every single shard just to do this Path of the Serpent. And I might not even be able to get the 5-star Mithrala because I couldn't do everything. I'm actually going to get the 4, and then I'm just going to purchase the 5. And why are blessings like, what should they give us? Of course, they're not going to give us 6. But 5 is insane. A lot of people don't realize that even I use Chronicle Adlin actually in 2 areas because of her 5-star blessing. Didn't book her, but don't even need to because of that 5-star blessing. And then we did a challenge showcasing her, right, and what you can do. But I think, it's better that they give us something like this, either being the Chronicle Island or a Serpentine event. These types of path events is better, because if they didn't, they would have to make another mode for us to farm, right? So this is kind of a way to do 2 things. So I'm happy that they're actually doing this. I actually needed Ninja Soul, and I needed Mithrala. I've been putting them on my wish list for almost like 2 months, so this just came at a perfect timing for me, so I'm happy.
Okay. I'm reading here in chat, Swagger sold his 5-star blessing for Adlin. What were you thinking, bro? What were you thinking? PJ, what are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, so I have a 3-star on my ninja right now. I've been using my brutal team with Mikage. It'd be really nice for them to give everyone a 4-star that already had him. Because tonight, and then people could go for the 5-star if that's usually. I'm guessing they're gonna do a 5-star for like what they're gonna give us. So that'd have been nice. Ideally it's like the Adlin, like people are saying, the easiest way. Who wouldn't want the easiest way? Just like logging in, getting your stuff done, and getting it. As long as it's not a deck of fate. I hate the deck of fates. Those are the worst. I'll be okay with it. But yeah, probably gonna be a 5-star, I would assume.
Okay. Okay.
Which is really strong. That extra accuracy, crit damage, all that, and then of course like whatever the blessing you're getting is improved.
All right. Fair enough. I guess Swag, I guess you're not as a bad situation because you didn't have a 6-star Sulfurion soul to be sold, right? So, you know, I guess you could always get that back.
Shots fired.
Ken. Zero. What about you, brother? What do you think, man? Where should they do it?
So, am I the only one here that didn't have a ninja? Because I
Yes.
had started March 2022, so I have a completely different look on this than the rest of y'all. I get it.
It's 5-1.
No, I think 5-1. Yeah. So, first of all, can we just address that Plarium has to do these soul things because the way they've built their currency is impossible to get souls
True.
unless you pay poop tons of money.
Or 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah, but you say
Grinding.
5 or 6 months to get
For
one,
one.
what, 5 or 6? Like the cost compared to what they give us with Iron Twins, and I have done Iron Twins 15 religiously the whole time and double up when it's the void because you get, you know, double drops or whatever, but you just don't get anything out of it. And cool, you can sell back ones, but they give you such a small fraction. It's like 12% or 10% back on, whatever you get. It's just. So I'm just saying it's cool that they've implemented this and they are picking really good champions like Mithrala and in this case Ninja and I want to say when did they first start doing that? Was it around Rosavarg time? I feel like Rosavarg was one of the first ones where they gave us a fusion and gave us a soul at the same time. And I was like, wow, okay, this is cool. Kind of have to go for this.
Yep.
And they've kind of been religiously doing that. So kudos to them for implementing this into the game. Is it a resource drain? Yes. Is that way their way of doing it? Yes. I would really love to see them improve the drop rates on Iron Twins or something like that. I feel like Void should always be that double rate, honestly. But all that being said, I'm glad to get Ninja. And then does Ninja need accuracy? Because I have never played with him, so I don't know. Yeah. So then I would say absolutely let's get the 5-star to get that bump in action. Obviously, the crit damage is gonna be good for him too. And I have a question.
What's your question?
For your Ninja users. So I've now seen his kit because I didn't ever care before. It's like I'll never get him. I don't give a shit what he does. But so he activates every single burn on there, right? So like obviously he puts a 3-piece and he activates. Has anybody paired him with like a huge burn increaser, like a Chronum or something like that like pumps up 6 or 7 burns and then have Ninja activate them all at the same time? Is that
No.
No,
Ninja is activating. Okay, Ninja A2 skill attack 3 times at random. Each attack place HP burn and each attack activated. So not AoE attack.
One activation per hit.
Yeah, he's gonna basically activate like 3 times.
Only his burn.
If it is single target. Yeah.
Unless there's one already on there, then it will activate one turn of that one. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, congratulations to everybody who's getting the Ninja. I'm sure you're going to see a flood of YouTube videos and content about him. He's a very strong champion. Like, I was always worried about using Ninja, but now I can just say, screw you guys. Everybody's got him. So,
do you guys think this is gonna be the daily login? Like, because we're expecting one pretty soon. Do you think we're gonna get another one soon, or do you think this is it?
Alexander coming?
Oh God, no. Plarium. Let's do this. Do not give us Alexander. Unless you're gonna totally rework his kit. Do not give us Alexander. I think mine is still sitting in the vault. Skip it to Rhonda, okay? Give the players that don't have Rhonda, give them Rhonda. Give us a soul. But let's skip Alexander, totally. God, no. Ken, why would you say that? But I do.
I mean, he's the second one, I believe, isn't it?
He is.
Yeah.
Would it piss off the community if they did Xena after they made it a $40
I would love to see that.
I think Ken's about the only one.
The entire community.
To be fair, Xena, I mean, listen, this is going to be a little bit of a a different take on everybody. But to be fair, Xena getting her for, the $40 compared to what other legendaries actually cost and what you get, it was, it's not valid. Exactly. It was cheap.
Yeah.
It was cheap.
That's very good deal.
Okay.
I don't know why people make a drama video about her.
It's two sacreds, which are two epics,
Yeah.
where you get a really good legendary for $40.
If you think about it, it's 2 months of a Forge
cheap.
Pass, right? It's 2 months of a Forge Pass. I think what gave the bad taste to everybody was that this was the first legendary that was under that, right? And that was the problem. But overall, I mean, that concept, I'm glad that they didn't repeat it, and I don't want them to repeat it. It's better off if they did it, the way they did like the Rathalos events, where they tell us what they're going to do a little more upfront, as opposed to, oh, these are going to only be accessible through shards, and then all of a sudden have a guaranteed form, right? But
yeah, they a little bit mistaken there.
Yeah, it's Jay would like to share with you guys that he actually uses his Alexander, and he's put Jay, is this just that much crit damage?
Yeah, I guess.
You got good multipliers.
He does, but I don't think I've ever used him for anything. Chat, let me know. Do you guys have Alexander? Have you used him? I'm interested to find out. And he's got a 5-star soul for him too, so that's wow. Okay.
By the way, can I say something real quick then?
Yep.
I believe so say that on the chat. So basically, Ninja account was unique, right?
Yes.
Like you have a Ninja, right? Like there is no other way to get it. So some people selling this account, right? Like just because of the Ninja on them. So this economy over there just got destroyed recently. Yep. Another thing is, I have an idea for the Polarium. I think it's too late now, but like the Gestal said, like there is no difference now. People who play this game very long time, they can show the Ninja as a proof. It's like a trophy, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can just give these people exclusive skin by free. You can put on him, and it's not gonna give you any stat bonus, just skin. Like, and you can show, hey, bro, look, I'm playing. You have a Ninja, but my Ninja have a skin. That would be cool. Actually, I believe there's a shop deal. His skin looks different to me. For a second, I thought like they are releasing a skin for him, but I guess they're not.
I've seen that deal that you're talking about.
I see that, but maybe you purchased that.
No.
Check the inventory.
If they gave all the existing people a unique.
Yeah, exclusive skin. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, no, see, there's nothing there. Sorry to disappoint. But you know what? You actually brought up the next thing I kind of want to talk about with purchasing, because we recently had a game, a pretty big game, that is shutting down their servers in the US. And it kind of gave me a little concern, not for Raid, but other games, right? So for anybody that doesn't know, Dragonair Silent God is shutting down their US servers in September 26th. There is nothing that they've told us why they're doing it, but it's there's some conspiracy stuff that we think, the company that owns it is actually ByteDance, and under that umbrella there's a lot of other games that are owned, right? They own Nuverse, which owns Marvel Snap. It owns there's like 6 or 7 other games that I thought of. They also own Moonton, which owns Watcher of Realms. Now, I guess I want to talk about the consequences of players such as everybody but Ken, who put money into this game, and the reality of sometimes these games could just shut down unexpectedly. Now, being free to play for Ken, he puts in his time and his devotion into the game, so it does count for something. But when the game shuts down, that is currently it. Now, have any of you guys played Dragonair Silent Gods, Ken?
I did play, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Okay. Gestal?
No, I didn't play it.
Jay?
I did play it, and I was actually thinking of making it like my second game, but something just told me, I was like, because I didn't play Watcher, and I was definitely loved D&D, so I wanted to play this one. I liked it. It was very similar to Raid, but I don't know, something just gave me an inkling not to, and now I'm playing Wuthering Waves instead.
Okay. PJ?
I was thinking about it. I know with Watcher and that game came out kind of similarly, and they both were like competing with Raid. I never actually played it myself though.
Okay. And Zero?
Yeah, no, I didn't play it. Which was the one that gave out the Drist? That D&D stuff. Which game was that?
I think it was the Dragonair.
Dragonair. Yes.
Yeah, you are rolling dice.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
So it was this game that gave out the D&D stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I wonder if they shut down, they don't have to pay out the royalties on that stuff. I don't know.
Well, we don't know. We could sit here and speculate for hours why they did it. I mean, there's a big conspiracy theory is because the US is banning TikTok, and TikTok is owned by the CCP, or TikTok is owned by ByteDance, and ByteDance is owned a portion of by the CCP. But that's just getting too political out there. I don't know what the actual thing is, but I want to discuss maybe could this be signaling towards other games that we love and play? And should we be really more careful, right? Now, a lot of you guys are playing some of the other games that they own. I don't know if you guys are playing Marvel Snap. I know a lot of us are playing Watcher of Realms and have devoted time and money into that. Does this kind of change your look on what you do with any of these gacha games down the line? Ken?
I mean, first of all, it's not only gacha game. Like EA, for example, like I see lots of the post from the EA. You know, the game you purchase, they are removing them on your library after like 10 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's gonna play again. Like, what is that? Is that like food getting rotten over time? You know, it's obviously the NDA. I believe. You know, the before you start playing, they are showing you, hey, bro, do you accept that? And we all accept it without reading. You know, because no one has have at that time. You know, included Steam, by the way. Even the Steam can remove the game on your account without give you any example, you know, like, so digital stuff you own actually not your. They can shut down the server, they can just remove from you, which is you already sign up you already accept everything, so it's totally normal. The problem is I don't know the reason. Maybe like you said, it's only shutting down on the USA, right?
Correct. As of right now, it's
probably because of the China then, because USA is the big market, so
yeah. I do want to mention, because you mentioned something about the TOS. Guys, these games that we play, we actually, like, you could literally spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in this game, and you don't own anything. Like, this account might be mine, I might be playing it, but essentially it is still owned by Plarium. I have no rights to this game. I have no rights to this account. It's not like I can do anything else if I really wanted to. So, and I can't really complain if they shut down the server. Well, I can complain if they shut down the server and whatnot, but there's no recourse for us. Gestal, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, similarly, I was thinking about it with respect to Smite. They just basically did the same thing. They're coming out with Smite 2, and over 10 years, I don't know, put a couple $100 in the skins on that game. And it's is that a bad or good thing? I don't think of that as a bad thing necessarily, and I kind of relate it to this. Like any game you play, right? If it's a MMO or a ARPG or whatever it is, you buy that stuff. You might stop playing it the next day, and that game disappears to you. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of all relative. Like these games are always going to go away. So I think you do have to be careful. Obviously, you have to know that, but you also have to be able to read the market. Like this game has obviously been very strong for 5 years. The player base is still very strong. The whales are still whaling. They're obviously putting out stuff to continue whaling on, which is going to keep the game going. Other games don't do that. I've played a bunch of these other gacha games. I won't even try them anymore. That's why I didn't play Dragonair. I've played every gacha game, and they never keep up with the updates, the 5 to 10 characters a month. No other game does it, and that's what keeps this game relevant. All the other games, it's like one a month, and then you got to hope for just getting that one champ. If you don't get that one champ, you got a million of the other ones, and that doesn't do anything for you. Like it makes a huge deal on how they keep the game current versus they don't. And I had heard stuff from Dragonair that just there's nothing to do. Like I don't really feel like there's a conspiracy here. I think the game was probably dead.
Okay,
Honestly.
fair. I mean, I did take a look at some of, the earnings they did, and like over the last 5 months, they were, there was a slight decline, but nothing to where like this last month they did 400,000. Usually they've done 2 or 3 times that amount, if not more. But Jay, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot on the, like Chinese market, and I play a lot of gacha games like Azure Lane way back before Raid. And I think it's, as content creators, it's interesting because you like everybody, some people are sellouts, right? Some people will just do content because they want to get sponsored, they want to just grow maybe a following and then have people support them. But then other people actually care about the game. So you have to make sure there's a balance where what you're doing, there has to be a purpose behind it, right? Like I wanted to help out people, show people that Raid was actually a game and not just a casino, which we know that it is very gamba compared to other gacha games, but it's still a game, right? And we saw it, go over the years, how it evolved. Everyone thought Raid would die a long time ago. But yeah, there's things we don't, like from Plarium, and definitely done a lot of stuff that shouldn't have done. But overall, I mean, the game is a good game, and that's why we still play to this day. But in terms of other games like Watch of Realms and these things, that's why I'm very, very picky. Like I have to be like want to play the game. Like I played it and I installed Watcher in 2 hours. I played the other one, the D&D one. I played that one, got bored. And then like the game has to pull me in and keep me going. Then I want to invest. Like I've been playing League for 12 years. And even though League is toxic and just things back and back with the company, I still stick with them because I just like the game. I like the characters. So I think that's just a balance depending on if you're a player or if you're a content creator. You have to know what's your goal and what you're going to do with it, with the game. So
okay. To answer a question too, you cannot actually play even if you switch servers, or not servers, or if you use like a VPN or anything like that, you actually will not be able to play Dragonair. So that's also another thing in there that kind of makes me think there's something a little more going on, because usually we could just turn on a VPN, fake wherever we want to be, and then play that game in that region. But unfortunately, it does not
if
look...
they are shutting down the server your account have, then that your account gonna get deleted. So
that's true, but it's not like even if you like the game, you could go play on a different, server in a different country with a VPN or anything like that. Let's go to PJ.
Yeah, well, one thing I saw in the comments, isn't Raid already like banned in China, or they have to have like a completely different like version of Raid?
So Raid actually is in China. They celebrated that. I want to say they were
with Wukong or something.
With Wukong, yeah.
true.
But
so
isn't it like different?
So it is.
It's like a completely different game.
Yeah, so there's certain things there that they're on a totally different server. They can't even do, some of the stuff that we can. So it's very different. Like it's not
right. So they probably don't have to worry as much about
It's not as predatory borderline as it currently is everywhere else with the casino casino mind. But yes, it is allowed in China.
Okay. So yeah, as far as to the question, yeah, you always got to be careful with games like you don't own the content at all. Like you guys are saying, the like Raid could delete your account or ban you whenever they want with like literally no reason, and that's that. I know people that requested a refund like payments from stuff and like got their account banned from doing that. So you gotta be careful. Even in other games, like I played Rogue Company a while back, and I was pretty good, and like a lot of people thought I was cheating, so I got banned for like no reason, and it took like a while to get to go through like the unban process, and like a lot of people probably would just like given up and just would have left the game. So yeah, a lot of games are like that. They'll just ban you and you can spend money. But as far as going forward, I mean, I'm not going to really change like me playing these kind of games. It's like it's just how like almost all these games are nowadays.
Okay. And Zero, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's all digital content, right? Like the day we went from even DVDs for movies, right, to like the download.
Wait, hold on. What's a DVD?
Yeah, exactly. Or VHS.
Oh.
Betamax.
Okay, now you showing us your true age. Relax now.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, sport.
Exactly.
Come on, sport.
No, but I've recently heard that, right, where like the studio or the platform that was providing the movie to purchase, so you still pay the $20 as if you were buying a physical hard copy of the movie. The license was up with that after a decade, and they just basically removed your access to the movie. And it's like, hey, I actually paid for that, and it's like, yep, doesn't matter. We, Universal Studio and Apple TV no longer have an agreement, so that movie you purchased 10 years ago is no longer available for you. So I think that's the kind of the world that everything's moving into. And then just from a gaming perspective, because I know I brought up a few months back, we were talking about the Tarkov drama and stuff, and I think what really happened was they were selling the game as a one-time purchase, and the game has just gone on and gone on and gone on. And having servers, paying for bandwidth, putting investments into anti-cheating and all that kind of stuff costs a lot of movie. No love for the Laserdisc, says Sauce. Yeah, there it is. But all that stuff costs money, and I think that was one of the things that they said is like, hey, we don't charge a monthly fee. Like the original MMOs that came out, you had to pay monthly for that, and that would cover the expenses. You buy the game and the monthly expense. But a lot of the games, like even Raid, it can be free to play, it can be whatever, and they take away that monthly charge to it, and it costs a lot. So I don't know if that's what happened with Dragonair or not. Maybe they said, hey, people in the US aren't spending too. Maybe there's some other stuff with the conspiracy theories too, and I don't have my tinfoil hat yet, but I will have it for next week. Don't worry. But maybe they just said, hey, people in the US aren't paying for this game. Like, let's just shut down our servers and we could save a couple $1 million a year. For example, I don't know, but that could be a thing, right?
Yeah,
So,
it very
I
well
do think
could.
you have to worry, buying stuff like you said. We already talked about Steam and EA and all of that stuff too. So, once the game has run its course, and the company doesn't want to pay for the servers, they're gonna turn it offline. You won't play it anymore.
Fair point. So yeah, I guess with that, guys, what I really want to emphasize on is, just be careful on what you do spend, because again, if it just shuts down tomorrow, yeah, it's been a great time and a lot of fun, right? But
I mean, it's not only money too, it's also time, man. Like if you play the game very long time, like they can't refund your time, like even you don't spend money.
The time aspect, I kind of look at it as, what, I played it, I have fun, I enjoyed it, because if I wasn't playing this, I'd probably be playing a different game. So the time aspect, I can kind of say it is what it is. It does take a lot of time, but more about the financial side, I think it's one of those things where you really got to be careful on what you do with these games, especially because this could signal a start, right? We've got a lot of players here that play multiple games, different games, and they love it, and that's great, but just be careful, don't go in too deep. I've seen, and no lack on myself either, go in pretty deep on some of these events, and it's definitely one of those things where it's like after the event's over, it's like, was it really worth it? So with that said, guys, just be careful, invest your time, have some fun, entertain yourself. It's about as far as I would say, you should go. Everything else, just be light with it, right?
It's a game.
Exactly. It's a game. You have fun. We've moved from games being back on like a PlayStation or a Sony where I could sit there, I could buy the game for hours and funds at a time. Like I remember playing Mortal Kombat on my Sega for hours, beating the game over and over again and enjoying that and having fun. But that was it. That it wasn't going to cost me anything else more than just the electricity. But those have gotten as bad as well, because I remember buying my first PlayStation game for like $25. they're like $70 or $80 or something like that. So, you know, same thing went with World of Warcraft. I remember playing World of Warcraft. It was a subscription base that was $14.99 a month. I had fun. It was great. Played that for years. You know, and that game shuts down, then my account is completely gone. So, just, you know, with that final thought said, let's just be a little cautious of what we do, you know, because you never know. That doesn't mean though that I feel raid is going anywhere. You know, Dragonair was supposed to be the raid killer, and we see what happened. Right?
I mean, I see this title a lot, man. Like,
we do see that title a lot. We do see
over 4 years, man.
Killing raid. Raid's over. Listen, raid is still king. We might not like it. We might not like the position that the company takes a lot of the times. But think of it this way, guys. And I know I'm going to be called maybe a sellout or an employee, but they're doing something right if they're in this genre for 5 years and they're not dying. Yeah, we've had a slow decline in the player base because they've moved from new player acquisition to trying to keep us happy with some of the quality of life changes that they're doing. But I do feel like it's not going to go anywhere. I feel like I could probably be playing this for as long as I played World of Warcraft, and I played Warcraft for 15 years. So I intend on doing this for a while.
Can I say something really quickly?
Yep.
The raid killer stuff. Raid already dead, by the way. I mean, got killed by the game. MiHoYo game. Genshin Impact, Conquest Star, they destroyed raid, man. Nobody talk about that, but they are the same genre. They have like million of the players. They making huge money, you know. And they already destroyed raid. Like I'm 100% sure about that.
I mean,
like, it's not like I don't know why the content creator are missed this title, and maybe they didn't get a sponsorship. Yeah, because raid already got killed.
Listen, it's all about the clickbait, man. It's all about the clickbait.
Yeah,
you got to do the clickbait, and again, for some of us, this is our livelihood. For I don't think anybody here does this for their livelihood. We all do it for entertainment and fun purposes. But for some of them, it is their livelihood. So it's understandable, right? It's understandable. I've done a couple of clickbait videos myself where I'm like, raid is dead. But it, you know, we're wrong time after time after time. That said, I want to talk about the Mithrala event, right? We got the Serpent Titan event, and I feel like the rewards here are actually really good, guys. Like, you know, milestone 1 and 2 are okay, but going into 3 and 4 and 5, they've really stepped up their game. I think this is the first time they've actually started putting in gear on these, if I'm not mistaken. Granted, I probably wouldn't have wanted the protection gear. I probably would have taken Stone Skin for her because I think that's a better set overall for her. But that's it. How do we feel about this event? Like, are we going for it, not going for it, Ken?
I mean, I was thinking to try my best, not open a shard or anything special, but end of the day, I open a couple of the shard. I try to get every point on the pet event. Because the next deck of Fate event gonna be RNG, and if they are going to ask us to open the chart again, I'm thinking to skip that one because we can skip 250 point only, and this pet event was have like 300 points. So basically, if you want 5-star, you cannot skip. You need at least 50 point there. Reward wise, man, like protection gear, like I want more special gear, like Forge Pass gear, because if you don't purchase Forge Pass gear, you cannot get them easily. Protection is not my thing, to be honest. Like I prefer like some juice reward there instead of the set.
I feel like you're just complaining because you're free to play and you can't get the Forge Pass.
I'm guilty.
Sorry, I had to throw that in.
No, yeah, I mean you are not wrong, so
guilty.
He's just like, I don't want this gear. It's not good. I want the Forge Pass
I can get them from Hydra, man. What is this?
I had to throw that in. I'm sorry, but continue.
No, it's 5-star actually gonna be solid. Like especially like if you guys planning to use her in the arena, like you are gonna get 75 accuracy at the same time 75 resistance, which is totally makes sense on her because she's getting benefit for the more accuracy I mean, accuracy is transferred to the resistance. So, and because you are going to be a more resistance from your blessing, that's going to be super high resistance. Still probably not going to work against the mythical because they are stupid. But yeah, like Hydra wise can be nice to guys. Mithril
Yeah.
is very good on the Hydra and game perspective.
Agreed. And I do like Ken's defense here for you. I think we all would prefer to see a Slayer set in here. I think he's definitely right. So don't worry, you got some love from the community. Yes. So what are your thoughts, man? Are you going for this?
Yeah, I said earlier I'm going for on both accounts. Honestly, I feel like Mithrala is not a bad champion in Live Arena. I'm scared to bring her, but she is like you could take her into an Armand's and not worry about the Armands, and then cleanse the stuns off if that's there. She's not bad. I haven't had the guts to bring her in yet, but I think she could be there. So with a 5-star, maybe it would be a little better. So that's my rationale on the main account. The free to play, I can't get souls on the free to play, man. I'm not even doing IT right now, so I got to get the best I can get. I'm gonna go for the 5. I'm probably gonna end up with the 4, is my guess. But yeah, going for it. I use her everywhere on the free to play. She's very imperative for that account. So definitely going for it. With regards to the protection set, I feel like they put the sets in that they kind of feel will be good with the champion. So I can understand why they did it. I was kind of hoping it would be the accessories though, because those are very difficult to get.
Yeah.
Anyone can get the gear. If they put the accessories in there, like 2 of each, that would have been beautiful, man.
Yeah, that would definitely would love to see that. Rizola actually is, kind of bringing a really good point here. It's really hard to justify Mithrala when they're bringing in a Ninja Soul. Oh man, might need to actually hold out on that. Jay, what are your thoughts? What are you doing?
I did talk about a little bit earlier, but pretty much I'm not going to be able to get the 5, but I'm going to get the 4 guaranteed. Definitely going to go for that no matter what, and I'm going to just buy into the 5-star. I would have liked to gone 5 and then buy the 6, but I'm just not going to be able to. I don't want to spend no monies. Only $10 daily jam pack for me for now on. And basically I'm going to go for it, and everyone should try to at least go for the 4 or 5, because if you don't know, Mithrala is insane in PvE. I think we all know that she's, comes from Hydra. I see why they put protection. She does have buffs. They could, be protected, but perception makes more sense with her kit. But I think it's an artifact set. You can't, like with perception, you can just forge it, right? You can easily get that, while protection, you have to be able to do Hydra. So I think it's a way for players who can't really do hardcore Hydra or like brutal. Maybe they're stuck on normal. This is a way for them to get that protection gear. So I think that's why that's there. And then 5-star, man, you can solo Iron Twins, you can solo Dragon if you put in Regeneration and Immortal. You can do Amius so much more easier. She's just nuts. And like Gestal said, like eventually, if you really want to invest into her, you could get that 6-star, and that could be really good counter to Armand's. Get that extra speed, the extra accuracy and resist, and then her accuracy turns into more resist. That could be a nutty 1,000. You're looking like 950 to 1,000 resist champion. Not many people have that much accuracy unless you're like really endgame. So she's gonna be a really strong champion. Plus, getting petrified, man, that is annoying in PvP, right? You just lose everything. You get stunned, all your buffs are gone, right? So that's crazy. So definitely, she might be making a comeback. She was good when she released in Classic and Tag, but she might be coming back in Live. So, yeah, that's why I'm going for her.
Okay. Speaking about Mithrala and Live Arena, I think on the main account, I got her built with like a stone skin and immunity set to kind of cover me with both bombs and Armands. Let's go to PJ next. What about you, brother?
Yeah, so I'm lucky enough to already have a 5-star for her. I pulled it a while back, so I'll be just like going for what I can. Really trying to use this time to like run masteries on people. But yeah, definitely, like you guys were saying, that a 5-star is like really good for her, because it's like she's getting like a double bonus from it. She really takes advantage from the AC and the res. You can also, the crit damage is nice. I have a nuke Thrala for Hydra. So
a nuke Thrala. Okay.
Yeah, pretty nice. And I would also like, yeah, Gestal was, we were on the thinking the same thing. I would have liked to have seen the accessories, 3 stone skin, 3 protection, 1 of each. Would have been a little bit nicer, harder to get those. And yeah, Rai does make a good point with the ninja blessing coming up, but if you have the resources for Mithrala, she's very, very good all over the place. Don't get me wrong, ninja is also really good, but now you kind of need Mikage to really have him shine. Like, he's good by himself as well, but him with Mikage is really, really strong.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Oh my God. Priest Guardian, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Really, really appreciate you, brother. Wow. Huge, huge thank you. Much love, much love, brother. Thank you so much. Zero, what about you, man?
Yeah, so Mithrala. Yeah, I think she's just one of those champions that are good in basically every area of the game. There's not a lot that you can say, oh, they can do really good in Hydra, they can do really good in Arena, they can really do good against waves and stuff. My current one without the blessings are sitting there like 590 something on the accuracy and like 300 plus on the resistance. So, and I think if my math does me right, it's 225 when you get that 5-star blessing, extra accuracy and resistance, right? Because you're getting double count for the 75 accuracy, so it's really 150, right? Yeah, so that'll put me up over 1,000. And I know multiple people have said, she can be a really good damage dealer too. So I'm thinking of even peeling back some of that because they also lowered the accuracy requirement for Sand Devils because I'm using her in Sand Devils. That's why I got her over the 550 to be able to land that. And now that's been peeled back to like 3 something, right? So I don't know if 1,000 plus accuracy is even worth having that high. So maybe I do peel her back and crit cap her and see what else she can do. And Armand's is just a pain in the butt, right?
Really? Why? Tell me more.
He's just first picked every. I mean, like they have to see on the back end. He's first picked every single time, and if he's not first picked, he's first picked on the other team. If someone else took like a Siffy or they forgot to make their pick and the computer picked for them or something stupid, right? So yeah, and then I am in agreement. I think it's cool that they're giving gear as the first time, but if Plarum's listening to this, I would love to see those accessories again, like the Slayer accessory, because they're starting to roll out all these more 9-piece items, and at least we can get Supersonic and Merciless out of Sin City or whatever. So there's a way to get those accessories out of the game at least a little bit. So yeah, it'd be nice outside of the clan stuff to get the accessories for Stone Skin and Protected, and or to Ken's point, it the pay for the Forge Pass, but the ones like Slayer that have the accessories, it's really, really hard. And again, the accessories are built for factions, so there's that other dividing line. So it's next to impossible at the rate that they're providing it to us to get a 9-piece set. Even though they've dumped all these 9-piece sets into the game, you're really doing good, and you're playing with a bunch of 5-star rares if you're really trying to get a 9-piece set. So yeah, I want to see that come into the game more.
Okay.
What about you, BLAZIN? What you got?
So I'm a fan of the event. I'm definitely on the main account. I already have a 5-star, so I won't be unfortunately going for it there. I will be trying for it on this account. As for the the gear set itself, I'm not a huge fan of protection on Mithrala. I prefer to put her in Stone Skin because I don't really use her in what's it called? Hydra. I have other champions that do the hex. I usually use a Venus or something with a curse set, but I think overall, she's definitely a strong champion. I love her, one of my favorites. I do bring her into live arena on the main account because I have her with close to, I think, like 1100 accuracy or 1100 resistance between accuracy and resistance mix. So Armand's usually doesn't get a chance to do anything unless he's got an increased accuracy. So, to Gessel's point, if you can get it to like 300 speed with some ridiculous amount of accuracy and resistance on her, she's definitely going to come in and take Armand's off. And a lot of people won't actually ban her because they're just like, oh, it's Mithrala. And they get caught off guard quite a bit.
Unless you are gold for.
Yeah.
Everybody were mythical. Some of them is increase above.
When we're just looking at this page, can we at least get a 6-star speed glyph as well?
Yeah, that's true.
PJ. You mean a +3 speed?
Give us the chance.
I always get the +3. I call them +3 now. Guarantee +3. There we go.
They really need to kind of fix this whole glyph thing. I feel there's definitely a lot of ways they could do it, but I think like we should not be able to roll something lower than what we currently already have. I just think that's it.
I actually want hard faction war.
Hard faction wars.
Yeah,
I could get behind that.
Like very hard, you know.
I could get that, you know, where we get like a mythical champion for it. I think that would be great.
Yeah, that would be good.
You know,
I mean, like faction war, like for us, most of us right now, it's super easy, like absurdly easy, you know. And the thing is, especially for the end game player who already beat their faction, there is a great hall for the faction. None of us using that, right? So if they are gonna release like hard faction war, you know,
maybe a reason
they can give us reason to do it. Yeah.
Could that be a, you know, like a hint of telling us, hey, listen, we're gonna be releasing something bigger on that, so you might want to start looking into it. That could be something there. You know,
wait, potion keep coming through.
Hard mode potion keeps like you know, might make sense, guys. I don't know. What do you guys? Chat? What do you guys?
There is no Minotaur, right?
Don't worry about Minotaur. It's not there. Yeah.
Could we be getting something to that vicinity? Could we be getting a hard mode potion keeps or a hard mode faction wars? And would you be even interested in something like that?
I will be super interested.
You know, because I do agree, like faction wars, once you've been playing for so long, it's very dry, it's very not, you know, it's kind of just blah, let's get it over and done with. And the only thing you really need is just the glyphs, right? But Ken, we're noticing here, I'm reading in chat, what's this about you being kicked out of the clan, bro? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, bro, like maybe over a month, like 90% of the time, I'm getting secret chart every single day, and my clanmates are blaming me. Like I'm a CC, you know, like they are thinking like Plarium is stealing secret chart from them and giving to me, you know. They are so toxic recently.
Okay, chat, I'm with you guys here. I think there's something going on here, Ken. How can you be free to play? And how many shards do you have stacked up?
I think 47 secret.
47 sacreds.
I mean, they are not doing guarantee. What can I do, man? I'm going to save them for the guarantee.
I'm with your clan here, bro. Like, I think there's something going on here. 1 sacred a day? That's kind of crazy, my man. I don't think anyone else has that kind of luck. Like, I know PJ's probably sitting on like 40 or something like that. You said, right? But
I'm a few saved up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not from Clan Boss.
56, all from Clan Boss.
Yeah, okay.
I don't buy shards.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think sacreds are the worst.
Big brains here question on Mithrala before we jump from that. What resistance would you want to see on a Mithrala in arena? You think? What's the magic number?
Ooh, arena. In arena?
I can give you a very good answer for that.
Armands, whatever. Siphies. Well, Siphies irresistible, but
it's. I guess my first question to you is going to be what level are we talking about?
End game, I think.
Yeah, I mean the best of the best in arena with their accuracy. Like how high are they getting their accuracy that you need your resistance to count?
So I have seen one Mithrala fully decked out, sitting just shy, I think, of like 1250 resistance. And
but
that's
is that overkill though? But that's I guess that's my question.
Well,
right?
let me
really
put it to you this way: mythicals can take 20% off the bat.
Okay.
So, is it overkill?
And then someone with increase.
What is 1250?
1250. So total resistance that Mithrala would have on that account was
No, no.
1250.
Can you pronounce it the other way?
1,250.
1250.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Lose about 300.
So she loses about 300, and then if they have like a Lady Mikage that has an increased accuracy, you know, that's an extra right there. So I think I mean, the most common number I see is between 700 to 800. But Ken, what about
That's
you?
not
What do you
quite
think?
enough. I'm a resist man. I'm using resist champion over 3 years. So I know the numbers. So my Sifi has 880 resist right now. I'm mostly using her aura, which is give me like 80 more resistance, which is 940, I believe, right? She can resist anything in the game, except mythical champion. Like, bring 6-star Yumeko there, bring 6-star Warlord there. People usually not building them super high accuracy.
They're cheating.
They actually trying to build them stone skin. So it's a little bit limiting them. Maybe with the new siege set, we are going to see a different story. But around like 900 resistance can pretty much resist anything in the game, except mythical champion. Like she cannot resist mythical. Like even like there is no blessing on the mythical. You know, let's say like +0. They can still play with her, man. It's so stupid. Mythical 20% ignore resist is very stupid, but the save point for the Mitrele, because Mitrele is a very unique passive skill, so you can make her like super high resistance. I recommend that 1000 plus 1100 maybe. That will be good start. But again, like if the enemy team is a mythical champion and if also they have an increased accuracy buff, I believe it's still not going to be enough.
Okay. Gestal?
What was the original question?
How much accuracy or resistance is enough on Mithrala, or would it be a good number? I'm guessing he's going to be building his, and so he's asking what he should aim for.
Well, I'm just gonna be re-gearing her. Right now I have her in perception just to get the accuracy so high, but I don't need the accuracy that high technically now, especially when we get the 225 buff on the 5-star blessing. So
yeah,
it depends where you're at in the game, right? Like for me, I'm thinking about taking her into live arena, top 100. I'm facing nothing but the big boys. I need 1200, probably 1200, like you were saying there. That's probably what I'd be looking for. I'd probably be happy with about 1100 if you're just throwing it into PvE. All around build PvE builds. You're probably good with. You got to worry about Hydra, I guess, would be the most. You want about 500 to 600 resist, I would say.
Okay. Jay?
I mean, it just depends. Pretty much they said all the numbers, but it just depends on your playstyle. I used to use triple perception. Some people use stone skin. So it just depends. Or you could use triple righteous, depending on whatever you need to get you the stats. But I would say average players nowadays around 7 to 850, and then a really, really good players from like all the way from 900 to 1200. So it just depends on how you build her or what do you want her to do. Do you want to get more speed and lose a little bit of res and ac, or do you rather be slower in stone skin and just have more res? So it just depends.
Okay. And PJ?
Yeah, and when I said they're cheating, I meant like people are like shorting their accuracy and like not as much as people probably think on like Armands, especially like in Stone Skin. But yeah, I'd say if you're going for PvP, shoot for at least 1,000. And then PvE, I mean like 500, anything like around there, you're probably chilling to resist stuff in Hydra and rest of the game. Yeah, it also depends on like the team you're using. If you're going for like a slower, go second team or go first team or like that kind of stuff. But yeah, usually 1,000 would definitely be a solid for PvP. Solid start.
Okay. So we actually got a question to us from Heavy Robot, who is asking, could we be seeing area bonuses for Siege? Now, Siege is technically a PvP mode. And so they really have told us that PvP will not be affected by the area bonuses. But could they, I mean, they did change their mind with Ninja. Could we be looking at getting some area bonuses here for Siege 10?
I
Would you
mean,
even
I
want
believe
them?
it's yeah. I mean, that would make sense. You know, like there is like arbiter, for example. Like you cannot use her as a because of the aura, because it's only working on the arena, which is Siege is theoretically arena, but it looks like it is not. I believe they cannot code that correctly, so this is the reason we are not seeing that. So it's a little bit spaghetti coding I smell there. Otherwise, like it should be, you know.
Okay.
Same reason with the what was the Amuse Postman? Cursity.
City.
Cursity also auras are not working there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Correct. That's
Only all battle
all
aura is
battle
working.
auras. Let's go to.
It would be nice if arena aura work on the siege. That will make sense.
Okay. Gestal, what about you? Should area bonuses be used in Siege?
I guess if they're gonna do it in Siege, they just would have to open it up to all of arenas, right? I feel like this is PvP, and they don't have it in any of the PvPs, so I wouldn't expect it. But if they do it, I would expect them to open it up for all of it.
Okay. Jay.
There's a lot of things to level up in the area bonus. Most people are going to focus on Hydra, Fire Knight, and Curse City, and maybe some other places that they need help on, maybe like Shandevil or Shogun. But more stuff, that's just too much a grind. Especially we already know, Live Arena is a little bit slower arena. So I would say maybe wait till next year. I don't think they should do it right, especially because this is at the beginning phase, right? It's kind of like what happened with Tag Team Arena. That whole beta situation was really bad, and it came out and didn't get a good feedback. So maybe they should give it some time, maybe a few months, and then they can introduce that. When more player got more accustomed to this mode, then they can go and put that in the area bonus. I think would be better.
Okay. PJ?
Oh, I think I misunderstand your question. I thought you were talking about aura.
No, area bonus.
Oh, my bad.
You wanna go?
Yeah,
Sam?
you want to.
Arena bonus for here? I don't want that, man. I
Okay.
don't want there is any bonus to wins from the because like some people are good on the live and some of them are not. So I don't want they are going to get advanced or the disadvantaged.
Okay. Let's go to PJ.
Yeah, no, I would not like that at all. I think that would just snowball it even more to like the bigger people getting better. I would like to see the arena aura be used here. I think that makes sense. This is PvP, that's PvP. But I think PvP stuff should stay away from the area bonus, at least for a while, because that's another huge stat boost. That's gonna be crazy. I mean, getting more ignore defense on people, more speed, more HP. I mean, people are already. I think I have someone in my clan fastest Sif, he's like 370, and that's now. Or 470, sorry. 470.
I was going to say, damn.
Yeah, 470.
470, holy
Wait, I'm faster.
Yeah, 470. I mean, and that's like, you're going to be adding more, like, nah, that would be so much more stats, and that would be a lot. And I think it's good for, at least for now.
Okay. And Zero?
Yeah, I'm in total agreement. I mean, there's so much stat bloat in the game with the sending of the gear now, and of course the other area bonuses, which where they are, Fire Knight, Sin City, and Hydra specifically, that's where I'm doing it. It does make it makes a huge difference. Like the difference in completing it 100% or not type thing. So seeing this and like Gestal said, he's in the top 100 in Live Arena, and I'm in the top like 800 now. And I'm getting smoked. And the only reason why I'm getting smoked is because they just have better gear than I do. And I realize maybe they've been playing longer or have just really focused their gear where I have not. So I get in where I'm smoked. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see even more stat bonuses in a PvP mode, which is what this is going to be. Siege is going to be. So yeah, I really don't want to see that. And I think too, it's going to be really cool. I mean, I guess you could see it both ways, but I think it's going to be really cool if you didn't have the bloat, at least for the time being, to see what defenses and stuff hold up. Like, I'm really looking forward to see some of these crossroads that we have are blocking two paths. If these certain combos are going to work, we can't test it out or whatever. And I wouldn't want stat bloat to just make someone steamroll it, right? So
Okay.
That's my 2 cents. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have that, honestly, because imagine the 20% ignored defense already on top of that with Home Smasher, decreased defense, all of that stuff. You wouldn't stand a chance. So my thing would not, I would not want to do it. But I do want to talk about Siege a minute here. First of all, I'm kind of loving this dragon flying around here. Like, I think this is the only map that they've done this stuff on, guys. Like, let's go.
So-
I do like
real time, you know?
yeah, I do like that. I think that's actually pretty cool. And I've never noticed it up until now when I'm just looking at it. I was like, oh shit, what is that flying there?
Call Stultus.
House of Dragon collab coming.
But, oh,
No,
let's go.
Don't call us Stultus.
House of Dragon collab. Okay, okay. Or could they, what's that other one that was really big that they had?
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones collab.
Yeah.
I could see
I mean,
that
it's
happening.
over now, but House of Dragon, yeah, it's
I could see something like that.
fascinating.
I do want to take a second here and address this whole axe price going up thing. And maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but myself and Bob have had some conversations about, you know, every time something big comes up in Raid, some big updates, you notice that the packs are going up. And I've been sticking to that point because I've been watching, you know, the spending tiers go up, and I've been watching, like, we had packs that were like 65, 70 bucks that are all of a sudden they're increasing the amount of items that are going in, and then they bump it up to like $100. Have you guys, I know Ken, this doesn't relate to you, but the rest of you guys, do you feel like that's the case? Do you feel like all of a sudden you're not seeing these $25, $30, $50 packs? You're seeing more of like these $70, $80, $90, or $100. Zero, I'm going to start with you first.
Yeah, I've really just given my current work situation, I've really cut back on my spending completely. And in fact, so much so that when they offered that, God, that void one was stupid, where the voids were like almost like $2 a void or something like that. And it was right before they did all the void stuff. And I was like, if you're gonna get something, that's the one to get. I think Plarium just needs to be very, very careful. And I know this is a worldwide game, but and I can only speak for here in the United States, but inflation has gotten ridiculously out of control, just like at the grocery store. And our lovely G loves to remove food prices from their inflation calculations, which if you put that back in, and the reason why I say this is because like my wife typically buys the groceries, and like I get like a pop up on my phone when she uses her credit card. And like, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends. I see a pop up on my phone. She spent $350 at a Kroger's. I'm like, holy crap! Like what? And then she comes home, and I go outside to help her with the bags, and I can get them all in one go. And I'm like, $350 for like what are we buying? Like what in the world, right? So I just say, you know, people are more tapped than they've ever been right now. And so if Plarium's gonna think they're gonna drive their you know, pay more for, you know, drive up the price of the shards on their end and or give us the bigger packs, I mean, might need to be careful.
Yeah, so you know,
my 2 cents.
My main account is obviously, you know, pretty heavily pay to win. And an example is this pack right here has not dropped down below the 2 tier. It's kept it at the 2 tier. So I feel like they're not letting it go any lower. Or maybe now they're just dropping them lower, way slower than they used to. Like this account doesn't anything. So PJ, what are your thoughts, man? Have you noticed that as a spender?
I really haven't noticed it. For me as a spender, I'm very like strict on what I buy. It's pretty much gems and energy. And when I am buying energy, I'm trying to buy like the 300 plus energy per dollar ratio. So I'm okay with them raising the price a little bit as long as they're also giving us more stuff in the pack. It's when like they raise the price but don't give us any more value is where like I see a big issue. But yeah, I mean I haven't really seen any good energy packs recently. I've been pretty much just saving until I see something good that's like worth it. I've seen a few energy packs that are like 260 per energy dollar or dollar, which is all right. But I'm really looking for like 280 to like 300 plus, where I really am trying to buy those.
What does your almighty shard pack look like?
My
It's your
almighty.
third tab.
So 14, 24, and 29.
No, that one right there.
Jay, what about?
Is that in British pounds?
Yes. Yes. So for anybody that doesn't know, this account was actually given to me by a viewer that quit, and he just said, "Screw raid, screw this, I'm done." And I mean, it's a ridiculous account. He's like, "Just give it out to somebody. Give it to anybody. I don't care. I don't want it anymore." And I was like, "I'm not gonna do a giveaway on that, but I'm like, I'll hold on to it, and like, you know, if you ever want to come back, it'll be here. It'll be here. I'll play it." But yeah, this account was actually given to me by somebody.
Yeah, so it's a little bit harder to compare apples to apples, but like mine is one sacred, 4 voids, 2 primals for $40, and I think that's just absurd.
1 sacred, 2 voids.
I'm sorry, 1 sacred, 4 voids, and 2 primals.
For 40. So yours has 2 extra voids and 1 primal, $10 more.
Yeah, but I mean yours is in British pounds, which if you convert USD to British pounds, like that's a whole nother thing. But I don't know. I don't think that's worth it. That's me personally. But I know their prices are like 20 and 4, but like I'm only looking for like, hey, when your stickers are 15 or $10 a thing, that's when I'm jumping in, if I jump in.
Okay.
So
Jay.
I mean, I haven't spent in a while, but I will say that they have released a lot of new packs, as you can see, like the Almighty one you're looking at. They've also added new strings, and they've do like ultimate discounts or Plarium ones, right? Oh, you're playing on Plarium Play, you get this special pack specifically. We have seen that over the few years. For me, I haven't seen the numbers go up because they go up as you purchase them, and they just make your account get you bigger versions of the packs. But overall, the only thing that I see that is overvalued, way overvalued, is skins. Like $35 to $40 is insane. I mean, you could go buy a skin in another game for like $10. I would say that's one of the things that is way too much. But in general, some of them are okay. I just think they like to they'll say like, hey, like here's a sacred shard and this, and they'll add like 200k silver. I'm like, that's worth nothing. That's not even worth 50 cents. So I think they need to add a little bit other things that are like at least a little bit of gems or a little bit of energy, just to make the whole pack more valuable. Like Zero Brew was saying, inflation has happened. Me personally, from 2 different jobs, I've seen like 10 evictions this year. It's crazy. Like people are going through it. So if you want to keep your money up, I understand that the Krakens and the whales are going to support you the most and keep the game up. But all the people who don't, either low spenders or not spending, if you want them to get to spend, then lower it down. I don't know why they don't, but it's up to them. They overvalue their games, in my opinion.
So yeah, Zero, it's $38.74 in US dollars for that pack. Which
see, that's ridiculous. Like I honestly, so I'm basically paying $2 more or whatever, and I'm getting 2 voids and 1 primal. But to me, that's not worth it.
No, because if we were to convert that, because you said it's $39.99, right?
In USD, yeah.
In USD, so you're talking $31, 31 British pounds.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're paying $30 for less stuff. You're paying close to 40. You're paying close to the same $40.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, it is kind of crazy. Gestal, what about you, man?
Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention, honestly. I don't really buy much anymore. The only thing I'll probably be spending on moving forward are primals. So I honestly can't give you a good answer here. I feel like people have been complaining that in my stream that the energy packs haven't been that good lately. That's all I know, I guess.
Even the big gym packs aren't even that good. They used to offer us
well, they haven't had sack of gems in forever, bro. That's like a year since they had the last sack of gems. Yeah. That was the best deal ever.
I think I got the 4,800 gems for like the $50 offer back in like February. That was the last time I
No,
got
February.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they used to be
Um,
more, way more.
Yeah. Ken, what are your thoughts, man? I know, I know this is not your cup
I
of
mean, whenever
tea.
something pop up, I just close it, like not even looking anything, you know. But I agree with the Jay, like especially on my country, like there is a huge economic inflation going on right now, and the prices are crazy, bro. Like if somebody's spending money on my country, he must be like rich. I'm telling you. Like maybe will be spender, you know, if they have like some local price. You know, you cannot do local price on the Lamborghini, but digital stuff usually doing local price. Like Steam was doing local price. They recently stopped supporting Turkish lira, but I can see this some games, you know. Let's say the same games are releasing $60, but they are making a little bit local price into Turkey. It's a $40 instead, you know. So, but mobile games are always so expensive, man. Like I never understand that. Like to be honest, so expensive.
Yeah, it's definitely you know, and the one thing that I've noticed, to your thing, Ken, they're heavily taxed. So you know, I usually do the gem pack giveaways for when you do a sponsor or something like that. And I've noticed there are some countries where they have a 30% tax on this stuff. So I go to buy like the monthly gem pack on their account, and it's not $10, it's $13. And that's not that's a 30% tax on it. And I'm like, that's insane. So
No, my thing is our economy is very bad. Like how much? Okay, like let's say this is a $15. Okay, the first one, the standard one. Okay, multiply that with the 30. That's my price on my country. Will you buy that? If it is like, yeah, exactly.
No, no, I would not do that.
Yeah.
But let's I do want to address one thing that Plarium actually did this week prior to the release of us doing Siege this weekend, which was fixing actually quite fast the Siege issue that we were getting, because people were getting to join clans, donate their coins and their mana orbs, and being able to get a little bit of a boost onto their Siege. And Plarium said, no, 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 bad, bad, bad. They removed all of the extra ones that you would get, and they fixed that. So I think that was a good thing that they did. Maybe I'm wrong, but Ken, what are your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, thank you. You know, that's their job, you know, fixing stuff before releasing. Like, I was like, I think they are going to release it with this annoying stuff there, you know, like for a second, because like there is only 2 days left and there is still no response from Plarium. I think I watched the Scratch video, he mentioned that, and I find it like what's going on this company, you know, like if you cannot fix it, then close it. Tell us, hey guys, we are going to fix it. Until we fix it, it's going to close, you know. But they are saying nothing, and I was really like thinking like some people going to start like 150,000. I think like what was that, like 20,000?
Yeah, it was
whatever.
It was some ridiculous amount of people's alt
It's so
accounts
stupid,
that they
you
had.
know, like yeah, I mean, it's their job to fix it, so
I mean,
it doesn't surprise me.
To be honest, I probably have, through like sponsorships and stuff like that, like, you know, or referral accounts that I've done for people, I probably have like 30 accounts. So if I really wanted to, I could take those 30 accounts, throw them in a clan, boom, and, you know, skyrocket their progression. But, you know, it's not right. But Gestal, what are your thoughts, man?
If they didn't do it, I feel like Siege would almost been dead on arrival, man. Like some of the numbers that people were sending over to me on this, had insane amounts of the currency built up, and they had alt accounts after alt accounts with just like troves of this stuff built up. People were spending time and energy. I don't know if they set up whatever they did. They were getting this done. If they didn't do it, it would have pretty much been the end of it right away. It would have been horrible.
Yeah.
So they had to do it. They had to do it, or people. people would have probably given up on it pretty quick if
Agreed.
they ran into this clan. So I'm not saying everybody did that, right? But like it was obviously the top end clans. I'm not in that. I wouldn't have been involved in it, but the top end clans are where the whales are at, and a bunch of them probably been pretty unhappy about it.
Yep. Jay.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised that it even happened, right? But at the same time, I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of like Tag Team Memory again. It's launching and it's gonna, so it's a good thing that actually they did it because they could have done it during, right, which would have been bad. It's good that they got it fixed right before. But what I'm wondering is like, if they've been planning this for a while, how did you let this happen?
Well,
But,
I do get that, but I guess we have a community that is always going to find something, right? Cadaver, Madman. So I
They are
think
not playing the game. They are not playing the game.
Well, you can't play test
Just look
everything.
the armas, man. Come
You
on.
can't
Who
play
tests the
test
armas?
everything.
Who tests the armas on there?
Oh,
You
no.
don't even need a test. You just gotta look at his kit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the same thing could be said about Wixwell, and we picked out Wixwell. Come on.
I mean, Vixwell was have a potential on his shield, like if you
We
make
didn't
like
know that.
unlimited
And
shield,
it's,
like what do you expect?
it's also not PvP. Wixwell's not
Yeah,
PvP.
exactly.
That's true.
But
That's
it's
true.
kind of Hydra glitch too, so
Yeah.
but yeah.
Jay, sorry, go ahead.
I guess there's that one thing, yeah.
Yeah, I was just pretty much saying that like it's good that they fixed it. I'm actually happy, and I think also to go back to the ninja thing, I actually think there was a way to kind of like deviate people from that whole situation. They don't want people thinking more drama towards it, so it's like here you go, focus on this instead. But yeah, I'm actually hyping about it. We've all wanted this to be good, so the fact that they're making it good right from the get-go is a good thing on Plarium, because like they could have just they could have let it be messed up for the first week, and it's like, oh, we'll fix it next week, right? Because we're too busy. So I'm actually happy that they did it before it started.
Okay. PJ.
Yeah, I was really, really worried. I was hearing things that people were saying that our player wasn't gonna fix anything. They were just gonna leave it, and that would have been terrible. I mean, I knew about this glitch like a little bit ago, but I was worried of doing it. I thought they maybe like would ban people or would take some type of action for people that were gonna do this. Seems like they didn't do anything, which is, I guess, good. But there's always like that worry. But yeah, it would have been terrible if they would have started it with everyone having all this extra Florian and mana, because it also carries over like from siege to siege. So they would have just had a huge snowball effect. I was even saying that if they have to push it back 2 weeks and delay it, I'd much rather have them have had to delay it than have started it like it would have been. So I am super, super happy that they stepped up and was able to fix it before it went live, and yeah, props to Plarium. Thank you for doing your job.
I'm reading some of the chat here, and they're like, anybody who did that should have gotten banned. I mean, yeah, I agree. I think Plarium did the right call here by just resetting, taking it away, and fixing it. And I think that going forward, when exploits like this, I think the reaction time that they took, because it was after like what, a week prior to this being released. So. I think that was, could they have moved a little faster? Sure, but I think they did pretty good on that. Zero.
Yeah, I think we gotta also give Plarium props for how fast they give us stuff, right? Whether it's new modes, new champions, and all these different things, they are dumping out a ton of content, and I think I'd rather them do that and have some stuff that they can fix later, you know what I mean, than for us to be stagnant for 6 months and they're like, oh, here's this new champion or here's this new thing, and it still breaks the game, right? So I'm kind of glad that they kind of dump stuff on us, and kudos for them to fixing this as quickly as they did. I feel like, there have been several things that they didn't want to change and they've left in the game for 6 or 7 months. We've already talked about, CVC, and one person shouldn't get an entire clan's worth of stuff because of some cheesy comp, right? Like clearly that's a break in the game, and they've taken forever to fix that. So kudos to them for rolling this out. They didn't roll it back. I think PJ said the right things. Like, hey, that's cool. You gave this to us. Roll it back 2 weeks and make sure you do this right. Like, I'd rather that than let people snowball. But they fixed it and they didn't even have to roll it back. So I think, kudos to Plarium on this one. They didn't really drag their feet.
I think the reason why we're giving them praise on this, that they actually did it, is because we've seen them when issues arise, they don't jump on things right away, i.e. Trunda Comp, Cadaver, when they said that they needed to nerf that or anything like this. Like this, they actually did it early on prior to it being released. And so I think kind of like, as a dad, when my kid does something right, I want to encourage that. So I want to say, good job, son. You did this. This is great. Let's go get a lollipop or something, to kind of say, this is a good thing. Keep it up. Keep doing that. And then the player base will be, maybe a little happier. But actually, I do want to.
And just let me just say, and what I meant by that is, if they were to truly come up with new content, play test it with all kinds of QA testers and all kinds of stuff. First of all, that's a lot more expensive for them to do, and it would paralyze the releases and take forever for them to come out. Right. So I'd rather them come out and then be imperfect and be quick to fix it versus they take 6 months to release something and it's been fully tested, it's fully perfect and no bugs or issues. And I feel like game companies are always releasing stuff. It doesn't matter how much they test it, it's broken anyway, or someone that finds a way to exploit it. So that's what I meant by that, right? So they're not going to release stuff that's going to be perfect. And if they did, it would take them forever and probably cost them a lot more money. So I'd rather them half-ass release this stuff and fix it. That's what I'm saying.
And it definitely is an exploit. I mean, there's no way they intended player base people to. I mean, I'm saying people in chat are saying like it's not an exploit from the players. Like, there's no way they intended people to go in and just get hella mana orbs.
True.
And Florian.
Maybe they should have, I guess, waited till Siege is actually like 24 hours of or anything like that. Because again, one of the thing was people were just creating alt accounts, playing them, getting them to level 45, which isn't that difficult to do within like a week's time if you push. And then, boom. I can certainly tell you that some of the players that did do that are regretting it because of the time that they had to put in and waste. But,
there's also a way that you could like go into it, like set a defense and like take it out really quick, and then it would like refund all your stuff. They fix that as well.
No, so I do believe that was supposed to be as intended, as long as you.
No, they would give you double the rewards. You would get like extra back.
Oh, I did not know of that one. So what?
Yeah.
How did that work exactly?
They would like time out the system where they would like put it in and then like take it out really fast, and like I don't know exactly how it would work, but it would freak out the system where it would like give you back double the stuff. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I did not know of that, but maybe I'll do some digging and see what changed there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they fixed that.
Okay. So a couple of quick announcements, guys. First of all, we now actually have a Discord for the channel. So for anybody who's interested, feel free, join up there. We're still in the building phase. We got a couple of small things that we need to adjust, but the podcast will be moving and streamed live into that room. So we're still trying to figure out how we can make it so people that don't use Twitch or YouTube can still watch us on Discord. So we will get that done, hopefully sometime soon. Second thing, somebody has a birthday tomorrow, and I want everybody in chat to wish him a happy birthday. Mr. Bob turns 45 years old tomorrow, so happy birthday to Bob.
Happy birthday, Bob.
For anybody that doesn't know, Bob is my video editor and one of the biggest helps to me when it comes to doing a lot of this stuff. He actually set up the Discord for me, so big shout out to him. Happy birthday to you, sir. I know as soon as I get on Discord with him later, he's gonna be like, I told you not to say anything. I'm sorry. I just had to do it. So happy birthday to him. Now, let me ask you guys, where can people come and find you? Zero.
Yeah, so you can find me on that TikTok since it's going to get banned eventually. No, you can, and on the YouTubes is all of it's Zero Brew, and of course Twitch, and we'll be streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and doing what we do.
Awesome. PJ, where can everybody come and find you?
Yeah, MXPJE on Twitch. I stream pretty much every single weekday, 2 times a day as much as possible. And then we've been hanging out here on the Knights of Teleria podcast recently. Been loving hanging out. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Okay. Jay.
It's going to be JR Star 3 on YouTube and Twitch.tv.
Awesome. Gestal, what about you?
Yeah, Gestal Gaming on YouTube and Twitch, and the website is gestal.gg.
All right. Ken, where can everybody find you, sir?
FinalKenpachi at the Twitch at the same name on the YouTube, streaming every single day at the Clumbos Reset on the Twitch. Also releasing very actively on the YouTube. It's a showcase video, stuff like that, chart opening if you guys interested.
Okay. Quick question. Do any of you guys have any sponsors currently for games or anything like that you want to promote? Jay, anybody? No? Okay. So one of the things I do want to mention, guys, is I am going to start running a lot more sponsors on the channel. And that's going to be to give back to you guys, the community. And a lot of it's going to be to kind of help us with getting things rolling off the ground. I know I talked about shirts. I actually have the shirts here. I just have to ship them out, and I have to stop being lazy about it. So I will be.
You would think someone you know works at UPS or something.
Bro, don't even start me. I work at UPS, and that's why I will never ship UPS, okay?
There you go.
I work at UPS, which is why I will never ship at UPS. No, I'm just, that said. But I will be streaming Mondays for sponsors, and you're going to start seeing me a lot more during the mornings for the next couple of weeks. My new job should be starting in the next week or two, and that's going to give me more time in the afternoon. So you be prepared that I will be streaming a little more often, both on YouTube and Twitch. That said, I want to ask you guys, if we have another champion that is being given to us that's resurrected from a login, who do you think it's going to be, Jay?
If they're giving us Ninja, I think the next one they need to give us. I know this sounds crazy, but there's a lot of people who don't have UDK, right? They missed him out, and he is a very strong champion, especially if you're trying to do arena or anything that requires high resist. He's a really good Hydra tank as well, resist tank. I use him a lot actually, and I think that'd be a really good one for people to get if they missed it out, right? And I think we have ways to get around him, right? Before it was a little bit more on the cancer side because you're like, oh, I can't get through, but we have a lot of ways to counter him now. So I definitely think that it's not that bad if they give him away, for free.
Don't give more UDKs is what people are saying, Jay. PJ, what about you, man?
I mean, yeah, UDK would be good for people that don't have them, but for people that do have them, more UDKs would not be good. I mean, I guess if they could just go down the list, I mean, if they would rework Alexander and reintroduce him, that could be something, and give him a buff and maybe make people excited. But if they just give Alexander out the way he is now, that wouldn't be too ideal. But I'd say give Alexander a buff and reintroduce him to the world.
Okay. Zero, what about you?
So she technically wasn't one of those, but she was restricted. I want the Blade Archer chick that I never got. I got all the other Blade Masters, but no, that'd be cool to have another round of that crew that are impossible to get now. But honestly, I would really love for one of these restricted things. But yeah, I'm on the fence with giving out free champions too, because that means everybody has in our mind. So it's 100% in the game. So right now, right? So it's like everybody uses them.
Well,
so,
they got to give you a problem to sell you the solution. Come on, basic economics. Basic economics.
I know. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having another shot at the Archer Blade Master.
Okay.
Chick.
Gestal?
You can still pull UDK, right?
Correct.
You
Yes,
can
you
still
can.
get him from Ancients. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if they brought him back because a lot of people. One of my buddies just messaged me. He actually got him this weekend, and he's been trying to get him for a long time now, and he was really fired up. But I wouldn't mind UDK. Don't do Wukong. No more Wukongs, man. Wukong is so broken. I don't think people understand how broken Wukong is. This guy's splash damage will nuke through Taurus, will nuke
Yep.
through anything, man. That dude is broken. Don't bring Wukong back. I don't care about anyone else. Don't bring Wukong back.
For anybody that doesn't know out there, if you are starting a new account, the promo code for a new player, 72-hour promo code is Monkey King.
It's not working right now. They took it
it's-
down for the ninja.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, it was working. I want to say a couple of days ago when I tried it, but okay.
Oh, for reals?
Yeah.
Someone told me they took it down when the ninja thing
I
came
think
up. But maybe
you
I'm
can
wrong.
only use one. You can't use both. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Ken, what about you? Who would you like to see?
I mean, I agree with the Gestal. Like, I like to prefer champion that you cannot pull from the shard. You know, if they are gonna do it again, like Xena, Archer Girl would be nice. Ronda would be nice. Ronda was the daily login champion, so that can fit on the team which is you cannot pull her. So if you doesn't have her, you cannot pull her. I like to see Ronda again,
Okay.
and
is
I
so
like to
good
see
too,
at
man.
least they give us skin for her because her skin is cool.
Okay. You know, I'm pretty sure what kind of skin you're looking for there, Ken. I don't think they're gonna go that far.
The one that shows all the skin.
Come on, man! Like
No skin.
they can make lots of money, man, bro. They are look at the game PJ and me playing First Descendant, man.
Oh,
Like if
It's
I have
gonna come with
$100,
a
I
Blood
will
Mother skin.
give them. I will give them.
okay. So, Plarium, you know how you can make FinalKenpachi be a whale and not free to play anymore.
I mean, if I spent on the skin, theoretically, it doesn't affect anything, right? They are just visual, so.
I don't know. What do you guys, chat? What do you guys think? Would that make him still free to play if he just bought a skin or not? Let's find out. Let's find out what the true judges think here. Bikini skin. Yes, that's exactly what he's looking for.
Hey, one mother's in a bikini.
Oh, no. Too much. Too much power. People will
skin.
quit
Too much
the
skin.
game before the started.
All right. Hey, let's do some shout outs here. Ken, who do you got for a shout out for me, brother?
I like to shout out to Bob first. Happy birthday, my friend. Bob is the great guy, guys, helping us a lot. And my second shout out is going to Niklaus Raid. I believe, yes. He's also streamed the Raid Shadow Legends, guys. Let me post his stream link on the chat. Great guy, playing the Raid. Not sure his time, but I think he starts streaming whenever I was at the work. So probably gonna start like a couple of hours. So go check this out. Great guy as well.
Okay. Gestal, what you got for a shout out for me?
I'm gonna shout out my man Shinny. Shinny gave me a shout out during his stream the other day by calling me that elderly gentleman. So Shinny, here's a shout out back to you, brother. We've been memeing that all week, man. It was freaking hilarious. So Shinny, go follow him. Great follow, great YouTuber, and and I guess he thinks I'm like 65 or something. I'm 80. What's elderly, bro? 45, man. Ain't that
You
old.
know, if I had known
Come
that,
on
that's
now.
probably how you would gotten introduced. If I had known that earlier. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, we got something coming out on that, man. You can grab it later.
Gotta get him on the podcast now. And,
Yeah.
talk it out.
Jay, what about you?
This week I'm gonna give my shout out to Bronco Raid Shadow Legends. He's done some really good work with Packmaster, right, for people who didn't have Emic, and just throwing out some good content, making sure using the test server and actually doing things. Like I just saw an Ouroboros one soloing Sand Devil 25 as an epic. That's pretty crazy. So it's slow, but the whole point is that he's doing things that most people are not doing. So shout out to Bronco for all the hard work.
Okay. PJ, what about you?
I'm gonna be shouting out Mr. Bront Cat Herder. He's been doing more YouTube stuff. He's also on Twitch, posting his link. He's been on the podcast a couple times, I think. Really good dude. Really good vibes. Always doing a helping out, count help. Yeah, check him out. I'm a follow, if you guys are not already.
Okay. And Zero, what about you?
Yep. So this dude's been shut out a few times, but he's awesome. Mr. Pogo Pink Tie out there in California. And I heard from a little birdie that Gestal and Pogo may or may not meet up for a lunch date.
Well, I told him if we're doing that, we're bringing the wifeys, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, it'd be a little weird if we didn't." So it's not gonna just be me and Pogo on like a date or something. But yeah, he lives like down the street from me, man.
Okay, hold on. Let me first of all, if I was to meet any of you guys outside of this, there is no way in hell my wife would want to listen to Raid Shadow Legends talk, and that's probably going to be 90% of the chat you guys are having. So before you decide to bring your wives along, discuss with your wife and say, hey, this is going to be a topic. Would you like to join us? Because I could surely tell you that if that's going to be the case, you're going to come back and she's going to be like, that was the worst thing ever. Don't ever do that to me again.
You guys should open chat as well. Their own womanly conversation, and we could have our own raidly conversation.
Yeah,
I think it could go fine.
That's true.
That's possible that could work. I'm just saying, you know, whenever I start talking with any of my friends about video games or anything, my wife just kind of checks out. She's like, yeah, I'm done. Don't talk to me. Don't bother me. Unless it's Candy Crush, then it's a different story. Then she's okay with that.
Legit.
And I missed out on my meetup with 4-0 because of the hurricane. So, but maybe in the future that'll happen. So
nice. All right. So my shout out's actually gonna go to, again, Bob. Happy birthday to him. I do have a shout out for Mr. DN Game, who gave us a follow over on Twitch. And another big shout out to Mr. Priest Guardian. Thank you very much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you so much. You guys, you're awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys make this worth it. And you know what? I think even if Raid Shadow Legends decided to shut down servers, I think all of us here would definitely find something to discuss on the weekends and keep this going. It's just a fun time. We love it. We love you guys. It's all about you. All right. So for Twitch, guys, we are actually going to go give a raid to Mr. Brunt Cat Herder. He's doing some stuff today. So make sure, if you already haven't, you go give him a follow when we get there. And, you know, make sure to join us next week, because I want to talk about the Trunda composition possibly getting nerfed. And is this going to be good or bad? That's it, guys. As always, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. We'll catch you guys next week.